Good morning. I hope you're having a great day. I know I send these emails out early, and I had another video I wanted to make for you that is super important. And I actually wanted to send it to you yesterday, but I'm making it yesterday and I couldn't get to it. I was booked with clients all day, so it was in the afternoon before I could make it. But I've been waiting and waiting all day to talk to you about this. And I want to talk to you about your intuition. Last video, we talked about the quickening and things changing on earth, and there's so many things that our kids need us for, and that's what I focus on is healing your past that has caused you to feel disempowered so you can raise your kids as being the empowered beings that they were born to be so that they can fulfill their purpose. The number one thing you can do too is begin to fulfill your purpose. And what is so important in order to fulfill your purpose and in order to live a life that brings you joy and happiness and contentment is to be able to follow your intuition. This is key, this is key, this is key to tune into your intuition and then take action on it. And I joke that, it was probably 15 years ago, I used to seriously pray and meditate and ask for my intuition to become stronger, to make that still small voice louder. And what I realized was it wasn't that I needed a louder intuition. It wasn't that I needed a stronger intuition. I've had a strong intuition all of my life, as have you. The problem is I didn't have the courage to follow my intuition. I didn't have the courage to follow it because one, sometimes our intuition feels irresponsible. What we have a feeling that we want to do feels completely irresponsible. And so what happens is we doubt ourselves, and the self-doubt comes to being disempowered as children. We doubt ourselves, and then we go to somebody else. We go to somebody else and say, here's what I have a sense that I want to do. And you share with them, and they go, oh no, don't do that. Look at all the risks. Look at this, look at that. And so then we don't follow our intuition. And so it'll be longer and longer before we have an intuitive hit again because we didn't listen to it. So here's the thing. I have built my business as a single mom, doing what I absolutely love to do, and it is my core calling. It comes from inside my heart. And I tell you what I had to do. I had to make scary decisions. I had to follow my intuition, which didn't make any sense. And what I learned to do is to quit talking about it to people. I quit telling people about it. The closest people in my life, like even my mom. I had to quit telling my mom what I was going to do because she wanted to protect me from disappointment, from bankruptcy. Of course she did. But I knew I had this pull in my heart that I needed to do this. I needed to do that. I needed to quit my job when I only had a few $1,000s in the bank and follow my passion. Guess what? It worked out. Not to say that I didn't have hard times. And I tell you, when my hard times happened was when things were going really well and I was working on faith, following my intuition, doing what I need to do. And when things got hard or when things didn't go as I thought they should go was when I was afraid that it was all going to end. How am I going to keep this going? Well, I, as the little I, the small Michelle Lee, as the personality, didn't get things going in the first place. I was following my intuition. And so I want you to know that your intuition feels irresponsible. If you think about it logically, you will talk yourself out of it. Like a few years ago, the first time I hired a business coach, it was extremely expensive. Single mom, self-employed, making it on my own, but I wanted to up level. I wanted to do better for myself and my son. And so I hired a coach at $1,500 a month. It scared me. It really, really scared me. And after I hired that coach, I hired another coach. I hired a personal mentor, and then I hired a speaking mentor, and I hired a relationship coach. And now that I have done this, it's like, how do we even, you simply cannot move forward without following your intuition and taking those risks. I was supported. I learned what I was capable of in doing those things. And I want to give you another example because my daughter just did this as well. She started following her intuition. We've been telling her for years, follow your intuition, follow your intuition. And it scared her. And we just had this conversation yesterday morning. She said, the scariest thing I've ever had to do was follow my intuition. Because one, her husband and other people close to her that she trusted would try to talk her out of it because it was scary, because her intuition hit and she had to move forward. So she opened a business 4 months ago, and she already has 2 employees. It's full-time. It supports she and her babies on her own. And she had to follow her intuition step by step by step. And she kept telling me, Mom, I know it's time to up level. I know it seems fast. I mean, she would apologize to me. She goes, but my intuition is telling me to do it. And I said, go for it, go for it. Now she has a $70,000 a year income from this business, 2 full-time employees, and a new car. And the new car, especially, everyone was telling her, no, don't get a new car, don't get a new car. But her intuition told her it was time to go get a new car. And so step by step over 4 months, she has followed that intuition, even when her husband tried to talk her out of it, even when her grandmother tried to talk her out of it. Everyone was very scared for her. And here's the thing. She had a vision. She had a vision of what she wanted to create, and she's still in process of creating it. But some of us think it takes years to build a business like that, right? But she had a vision, and she followed her intuition. And here's the thing. When she would tell her husband about it or tell other people about it, they couldn't get her vision. They couldn't see or feel what she was moving toward. All right? So their fear could have stopped her. But she had that pull, and she kept moving towards that pull. And the reason why I share this with you is that's how I've built my business. Now that's how she's built her business, is because that pull, it's our soul's purpose. And the reason why I share this with you is because as women, we are waking up to our own divinity, our own power. And that power flows through us to our children. But we have to take the scary steps. We have to have the courage. You're not going to be fearless. And I'll tell you how my intuition works. I work intuitively with clients. And here's what I have figured out. I don't know anything until I start. So I'll have a client sitting in front of me, even though you fill out a questionnaire before you start working with me. And when I say sitting in front of me, I mean on the computer and the video. I have no idea where we're going to go or what we're going to start until I start talking. And then my intuition starts working. But if I sat and waited and said, okay, hold on, I'm waiting for my intuition to kick in. I need to know what I'm going to say. I need to know how this session is going to end. I would never get anything. And that's what we wait for, right? Our intuition gives us one step. You take it, then you get the next step. It opens up. The gates open up as you take action. So you don't get to know the last step before you take the first step. And that's how you build your intuition, is you take that first step. And then you take the second step. And just like I said, if you follow your intuition and you let other people talk you out of it, then it's a long time before you get another hit. But when you follow your intuition and you just go for it. You take that first step in faith, then you're going to get the next hit, and then you're going to follow it, and then you're going to get the next hit, right? And it's a feeling. It's different for everybody. When I'm working with my clients and we're looking eye to eye, focusing on, in the camera, looking at each other on the computer, or even talking on the phone, information just kind of pops into my head. It feels like I thought of it, but I didn't. It just pops in. Sometimes I have a vision, but my soul's purpose has been in my heart. It's like I'm being pulled. I've had people say to me, how did you do that? How did you, as a single mom, take the risks and, depend on clients coming to you when you had 3 kids at home? And here's my honest to God answer. I couldn't not do it. I couldn't not do it. It was like, and even when the economy busted and I had to go get a job, I worked for somebody else for 18 months, and I was, but by the end of that 18 months, it's like, I want to get back to my work. I need to get back to my work. And the people who loved me the most said, Michelle, don't take another risk. You don't have to take another risk. And I was like, yes, I do. I have to take another risk. I have to go out and start doing my work again. And I've been supported and I've grown, and that's what we're here to do, is fulfill your life's purpose, answer that calling. But you have to trust your intuition. You have to take the action, and you can't let people talk you out of it, because they can't see your vision. No matter if you explain it, if you try to, it's not going to be logical to anybody, because your intuition isn't logical. Your vision isn't logical, because we can have this big vision and then our logical mind goes, but how? You don't have to know how. Your intuition gives you the next step, and then the next step, and the next step. So I'm going to leave you with that. As always, I've gone over my 6 minutes, which I thought I could do. But I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you download this video and you save it and use it over and over so you can begin to trust your intuition and your heart calling. So have a beautiful day, and I'll be back soon.